1. Bernie Sanders pensions for all versus Trump's 401k private equity scam. 2. Senator Bernie Sanders pensions for all act explained. 3. Bernie Sanders proposes pensions for all, solving America's retirement crisis. 1. Bernie Sanders pensions for all versus Trump's 401k private equity scam. A bold proposal for pensions has been put forward by Senator Bernie Sanders, aiming to tackle the retirement crisis in the United States. In contrast, President Trump is reportedly planning an executive order that could expose retirement plans to potential exploitation by private equity firms. Sanders' Pensions for All Act is a comprehensive solution, ensuring that big corporations either provide their employees with a generous pension plan akin to that of Congress members or contribute to the federal retirement system, guaranteeing equal benefits for all workers. The senator emphasizes the need to address the rigged retirement system, where CEOs receive lavish payouts while workers are left without pensions after years of dedicated service. If we are to seriously tackle the retirement crisis, corporations must be held accountable, Sanders stated. They must offer traditional pension plans that guarantee a monthly income during retirement, or allow their workers to access the same pension benefits as Congress members. And here's where it gets controversial. Trump's upcoming executive order aims to make private market investments more accessible to retirement plans, a move critics describe as a scheme to exploit savers. 2. Senator Bernie Sanders' Pensions for All Act explained. In a bold move aimed at addressing a pressing issue, Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont has unveiled the Pensions for All Act, a groundbreaking piece of legislation designed to provide comprehensive retirement coverage for working Americans who currently lack access to employer-sponsored retirement accounts. This initiative seeks to ensure that millions of individuals, who are often left in the lurch when it comes to retirement savings, will have guaranteed benefits that can secure their financial future. Key highlights of the Pensions for All Act. The Pensions for All Act aims to extend retirement benefits to a significant number of working Americans who do not have employer-provided retirement plans. Senator Sanders emphasizes the urgency of this legislation, stating, "If we are serious about addressing the retirement crisis in America, corporations must be required to offer all of their workers a traditional pension plan that guarantees a monthly income in retirement." Alarmingly, statistics reveal that approximately 20% of Americans aged 50 and older have no retirement savings, as reported by the American Association of Retired Persons, AARP. Sanders passionately argues against the current retirement system, which he describes as rigged, allowing corporate executives to enjoy lavish golden parachutes while ordinary workers are denied the pensions they deserve after decades of hard work. He insists that if corporations choose not to provide traditional pension plans, their employees should be entitled to the same guaranteed pensions that members of Congress receive. Members of Congress benefit from the federal employees' retirement system, which calculates pensions based on years of service and the average of their highest 3 years of salary. The Pensions for All Act also proposes to ease the contribution requirements for self-employed individuals and small businesses, making it more feasible for them to participate in this essential safety net. In conjunction with this new legislation, Sanders' office has indicated that the Pensions for All Act builds upon his previous Social Security Expansion Act. This earlier initiative aims to apply the Social Security payroll tax to incomes exceeding $250,000, ensuring the program is fully funded through the end of the century, while also increasing benefits by $2,400 annually. The statistics are sobering. According to the Social Security Administration, a significant portion of the population relies heavily on Social Security for their income, with 12% of men and 15% of women depending on these benefits for at least 90% of their financial support. In a statement of support for the Pensions for All Act, United Auto Workers President Shawn Fain expressed his concern about the current state of retirement security in America. He remarked, "We've gone from being a country that promised security and dignity in old age to being a country that forces people to work until they're in the grave. After a lifetime of hard work, every American deserves the promise of a secure, dignified retirement, not a future filled with fear, uncertainty, and poverty." This proposed legislation raises important questions about the future of retirement security in America. Will it be enough to shift the balance back in favor of workers? Or will it face significant opposition from corporate interests? What are your thoughts on the Pensions for All Act? Do you believe it can effectively address the retirement crisis? Or do you see potential flaws in its approach? Share your opinions in the comments. 3. Bernie Sanders proposes pensions for all, solving America's retirement crisis. In a bold move to tackle the pressing issue of retirement security in the United States, Senator Bernie Sanders, Independent Vermont, has unveiled the Pensions for All Act. This legislation aims to ensure that every American worker has access to a reliable pension or a robust retirement plan. Currently, a mere 9% of Americans enjoy pension benefits, a stark decline from 44% in 1975. This alarming statistic highlights the growing retirement crisis that many face today. Sanders introduced this act on Thursday, proposing that corporations be mandated to offer retirement plans that are at least as generous as those provided to members of Congress. If we are genuinely committed to resolving the retirement crisis in America, it is essential that corporations are obligated to provide all their employees with a traditional pension plan that guarantees a steady monthly income during retirement, Sanders stated. He further emphasized that if companies fail to provide adequate retirement plans, their employees should be entitled to the same pension benefits that Congress members receive. The Federal Employees Retirement System, FERS, which is the retirement plan for Congress, contributes significantly more to retirement than most private sector plans, resulting in higher payouts for retirees. This disparity has contributed to a widening gap in retirement savings, with research indicating that the wealth gap between the top 10% and the working class has significantly increased over the past few decades. Studies suggest that pensions could play a crucial role in alleviating poverty among seniors. However, many corporations have systematically dismantled pension plans, leading to a situation where only 9% of workers currently have access to such benefits, compared to 44% in 1975. This decline has resulted in a financial crisis for many older Americans, with over half of seniors surviving on less than $25,000 annually and lacking any retirement savings. Alarmingly, more than 20% of seniors live in poverty, a rate that is considerably higher than in other affluent nations. The Pensions for All Act is designed to complement Sanders' previous efforts to enhance Social Security benefits, and it has garnered support from various unions and progressive organizations. Shawn Fain, president of the United Auto Workers, expressed his support, stating, "We have transitioned from a nation that promised security and dignity in old age to one that compels individuals to work until they can no longer do so. Pensions have historically been the foundation of retirement for the working class, but corporate greed has eroded this essential support. The wealthy elite have dismantled pensions in their quest for profit, and Washington has allowed this to occur. Instead of facilitating retirement for Americans, some Republican lawmakers have suggested increasing the minimum age for benefits like Medicare and Social Security. Recently, a bill was passed that cuts funding for Medicaid and other vital anti-poverty programs, making it even more challenging for Americans to save for retirement. Some right-wing commentators have even expressed opposition to the idea of Americans retiring at all, suggesting that individuals should work until their death. As we navigate these critical issues, it is essential to support independent media like Truthout, which is dedicated to providing reliable news and commentary. Unfortunately, donations to Truthout have been declining, largely due to political censorship from major tech companies. As we face increasing challenges, Truthout is calling for support during its fundraising campaign, with just 6 days left to raise $39,000.